Hello everybody, welcome back. If this is the first time you've come across me on YouTube, my name is Krista. I'm also known as Little Wren, and I'm a Divine Feminine, and I'm here and I do channeled messages. I really do messages that are here for your healing. So a lot of Divine Feminine, as in like twin flame kind of energies. I do a lot of, I do mainly twin flame readings is what I've been really called to do, is the reality of it. I didn't set out with kind of that intention, but it certainly has flown that way. And I've been mainly doing, I guess, masculine readings. Merry Christmas and soon to be Happy New Year. I hope you had a really nice Christmas without any drama. Doesn't Christmas just tend to bring family drama in? So the last message I looked at, the word that keeps coming to mind, and I actually had some really big heavy downloads. The word that was coming out from last reading that I can't get off my mind is power. So maybe today we'll be looking at that. So last time we were looking at the main thing that I keep getting to focus on is the Four of Pentacles King. And the Four of Pentacles King, looking at climbing up a mountain. There was the Queen of Wands in reverse that was kind of by their side. And something that I keep getting called back to say, so this is a lot of reference to that reading. So if you've forgotten what was said on that reading or you haven't watched it, please look at the last reading before this one. It's going to be really just a flow on from that. So I guess it's kind of like a part B. Although I won't change any of the titles, you know. All of my readings are timeless. It doesn't matter when you pop across them. What is relevant to you is relevant to you. So Spirit will guide you to these readings as they see fit. So I really wanted to, if we can just go back again, just thinking about that Four of Pentacles King and the concept of power. And the Queen of Wands that was there, that was in reverse. And something that Spirit keeps trying to, they've been really kind of heavily pushing is, one thing was that the Queen of Wands, despite the fact that she was in reverse, she was actually still a queen. It might have this, the Queen of Wands that was there may still have, be in a negative energy. They may not be using their gifts, their talents, their learnings for good or for positive, good things, energy. They're not using their talents and their gifts for positivity. It's really in a very negative energy. And when we think about negative energies, we think about kind of everything that's the opposite of what is a good energy, you know. So it's what you sow into the world. It's, you know, jealousy, envy, promiscuity, control, manipulation, you know, all that kind of thing. It's not with good intention. And I'm going to say this, that energy and having good intention is really important. You can make mistakes. You can misunderstand something because you don't have wisdom, right? You can make all those mistakes, but if it's not your intention to do it, then that's actually does get recognized by Spirit, I think. When we don't understand what we're doing, it's one thing, but if we're doing it and we do understand, now that is a whole entire different kettle of fish. It's really important to have good intent whenever we do anything, you know, anything at all. So yeah, so anyway, let's get back to power, the word power, and the Four of Pentacles King that was up. So just as a reminder, if those of you aren't familiar with tarot, the Four of Pentacles is, there's a king, or there's a man, I'm going to say, because he's not actually a true king. There are very clear types of people in the tarot, and they are, you kind of have your page, your knight, your queen, your king, and of course then you go up even more, you go to the Empress stage, the ultimate stage. But kings and queens are really powerful energies. Anything that's kind of below that is very still immature energy and all that kind of stuff. Now, the Four of Pentacles is the only, I'm going to suggest, self-crowned king. It's a person who is wearing a crown that actually they probably don't deserve. The other word that I have to describe that I'm getting right now is puppet king. The puppet king, someone who is wearing a crown. And when I think about that last reading, so please, this is very heavy into the last reading with the Queen of Wands in reverse, that was next to the Four of Pentacles King. That queen is actually the one that's in control, but the Four of Pentacles King is like the puppet king that she is controlling, because the Four of Pentacles is not a true king. It's a false king. It's someone who is holding on to what they have. Again, it's someone who can't release the Four Pentacles that they have, but they need to release it in order to step into those stages of the page, the knight, the queen, the king, and then the emperor. You have to go through those stages, and in order to rise, to really step into true power. So the Four of Pentacles King has a tendency to want to skip all the stages. And what Spirit is really calling back to that Four of Pentacles King is you have to go through the stages. You have to go through the learning stages in order to experience what true power is. So, and like before, the Four of Pentacles King with the tarot that I used last time had the Four of Pentacles King. If we're looking at his back and he's looking at a mountain. And the Emperor is the only one that sits on top of that mountain. And he is the true leader, the true powerhouse. Like, he's fully powerful and he understands what power is. So yeah, it's a lot to do with that. I had a lot more messages and I kind of wanted to talk a lot more about what power is, but I'm actually feeling now that I'm like, okay, let's just get into the cards, because yeah, there is maybe more they want to say that they'll be able to explain better with the tarot. Hoi, look at this. Oh my God. Sorry. Wow. Holy moly. Okay. Wow. Okay. So here we go. And everything's just fallen on the floor. So there's obviously a very strong message here. I'm going to put this little angel back up here. This guardian angel and this little Amazonite guardian angel over here over my honey bear, which actually represents someone. Yeah. Okay. Just put this here. Just give me a sec. Oh, look at this. That fell off there. Look at these ones on the floor. actually, I didn't realize these had fallen on the floor. They must have been stuck in between. These must have been stuck. These are actually a whole different deck. Okay, look at this. It's these are my Moonology cards, and I haven't pulled those out in a long time, and I pulled them out the other day when I was doing my private readings for myself. And look at this, we've got our 5 of Cups, which is specifically was exactly what was in the last reading, okay, the 5 of Cups. So this is, again, Spirit's going to be making a lot of references to what we've talked about last time. And we have our Knight of Cups, so this is on the side, and it's that kind of process of thinking, and this is looking at what he has to offer. Someone who's looking at their own cup, okay, and look, it's right below the cups here, what they had and missing out on the last 2, but it's looking at themselves. This is someone who's looking at themselves and looking at what they have to offer and wondering where they're going. This is a state of, I guess, confusion or deep thought. And yeah, trying to put this behind them. This is like a current energy, something that's happened recently, I believe. So again, the 5 of Cups is a very despairing, emotionally distraught, sad, grieving kind of a card. Where 3 cups have fallen over, but there's 2 cups behind them that they're not seeing. Again, this is very much about perspective, and perspective was a word that came up in the last reading. So it's really important, if you want to understand this message here, please watch the last one, and it'll make more sense to you, okay? So yeah, so this is a person who's really processing that. And what we've got here is a full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. There we go. It's time to release. And what I'm hearing right now is that Spirit's trying to say, these cups, remember, and the last reading I referenced them as being like plastic cups, you know, the 2 gold cups are behind this person, but there's 3 cups, 3 plastic cheap cups that have fallen over. They can't even hold what's in them, okay? They can't even hold the wine that's in them. But Spirit's like, there's negativity here. If you keep looking at it, desiring it and wanting it, then, you know, it's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. And this has been a recurrent energy that comes up. And just... new moon in Aries, so it's time to take action. Wow, so I didn't even know these were shuffled, stuck in between there, and they've just flown out all over the place. So this is a really strong energy right now, and Spirit really does have a lot to say. So it's time to listen, and really start thinking about that. So over to our left over here, we've got our King of Wands. So a king is a true king, okay? This is someone who has mature energy, but they're looking at something. This is, again, there's a lot of awareness, things that have happened. There's something that I'm going to say fell down. There was a breakdown. Something's been lost. Okay, it's only you know as the watcher what that is. I don't know, but there's been a loss, and the King of Wands over here, which I suspect maybe this is all the one person, okay? Cups always refers to kind of emotions and all that kind of thing. Yeah, it's that emotional fulfillment, all right? Emotional fulfillment. And this is someone who is wondering what they have to offer, I guess, emotionally. What are they offering to other people? And then maybe this is something that they have to actually think about. What have they lost here that, you know, they've had? But yeah, was it emotionally fulfilling in the first place? And I'm going to suggest that Spirit's kind of saying it really wasn't fulfilling, and you know it. That just came out of nowhere. Sorry, I didn't. Whoa. it's time to take action. It's time to release negativity, and to really, this is again, this is really about authenticity. It's time to get real, you know, time to get real and ask yourself who you are. So now, when we're looking at the tarot, the Emperor and the Empress are the culmination of all the kings and all the queens. Okay, so the Emperor is someone who embodies the energy of the King of Wands, the King of Cups, the King of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. All right, the Emperor and the Empress, and it's the same for the Empress. She is the culmination of all 4 queens. So you're talking about people, the Emperor and Empress status are people who are very mature, who are very balanced. They understand the requirement for all 4 of those energies to embody true power. All right. You can be very mature you might embody several kings or just one king, but in other areas you may be just a knight, you know. So it's really about balance. So you've got a King of Wands here. Now that's fire energy. Okay, Wands is always fire energy. Whenever you look at Wands, you're talking about passion. Often this is the most sexual card that you can get, someone who's sexually mature. Okay, but it is also someone who is very focused. It is also one of the warrior. The King of the Swords and the Wands energy are very much bashful, people who bashful for what they want. So the King of Wands is a warrior who fights for what they want, fights for their passions. They're very motivated, but this isn't a very mature energy. Okay, this is the most mature energy you can get in the Wands energy. So yeah, however, this king is certainly looking back. You see him looking back or directly looking at certain truths. So we've got the 9 of Swords here. Now this is the most I actually think this is a really great card, but this card is one of the most confronting cards you can get. It's one of the cards where it is the awakening card. Look, this man has, so swords always refer to communication and truth. And I'm always getting, there's so many biblical references in the tarot, which I've always been, the more I do it, the more amazed I am by that. But I say amazed, just quick tangent, because I came from a very religious upbringing, and I was taught that tarot was always evil. It's like it's from the devil and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. And I just, I get there's so many biblical references that are in here. And I just think this is the most beautiful way for spirit to directly communicate. And we shouldn't discard anything. So anyway, that's a tangent. So when we look at swords, I'm always thinking of the biblical references to the sword of truth that cuts to the heart and the soul. You know, it's like you cannot deny it. You know, there's no holding it back. It is sharp, and it's that two-sided. So it's got 2 edges, and you see that on this card. This is where there's been 9 truths, and this person has finally awoken. They've been sleeping, and then suddenly it's like all of it 9. And this is like, you can see it's a black card, and it's like that kind of light being shed into darkness, and it's kind of waking up and just being shocked. It's like that nightmare kind of thing of, oh my God, you know. So whatever's happened to this King of Wands, this is a beautiful energy. Okay, the King of Wands is like, he's gorgeous. Okay, however, something has come to light, and I actually suspect that the fact that these things have come to light has actually caused this person to go from a knight to the king, you know, to suddenly step into this energy of maturity. So yeah, whatever's happened there. Now below our King of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles. You can see someone is very, very hard working. They're just working very, very hard. It's on the side. So I actually tend to read the side energies as a current energy. And this is someone who's looking at these truths and then currently this is action. So kind of what Spirit was suggesting is it's time to take action. It's time to release negativity. And the king is now being confronted with these things and is actually currently working on it. So this is great energy. This is really, really exciting. What I'm going to suggest is here at the moment is that we have this beautiful King of Wands who's over here, who's got very good energy. This is very focused. This is something, look at his face. He's so stern. This is very focused, no longer running from the truth. But what I'm going to suggest is that because of this, he's now looking at potentially what his other elements in his life are weak. And so, yeah, we can certainly, like I said, it's great to be a King of Wands. It's great to be a King of Cups. It's great to be a king of anything, you know, as long as it's a real king, you know. And what's interesting is that actually, sorry, it's just come to my Spirit's just reminded me that before we saw, this is the kind of the counterpart from the last reading. So we had the Queen of Wands, but she was in reverse. So despite the fact that you've got the King of Wands here now, before we we're kind of looking at potentially because it's a different reading, but it's still related. We have counterparts, but actually they're false counterparts, because when you have one that's in reverse, you might have, they're similar energies that can be drawn together. However, they actually aren't workable, because whenever you have to have counterparts that are in the same direction, all right, for them to really be successful. So that's just a little side note. Anyway, let us just kind of got a little bit silent there and just want to think about where we're heading. So we might use this one again. So what I am kind of getting some things coming through as I'm doing this. It is I think a very direct message, but one of the things is that Spirit is really trying to push here is that you can't be truly successful if you ignore any part of who you are. And by that I mean the way the tarot kind of explains that is to have all four elements in your life. And this one is actually one of the ones that I think that they're really trying to push this King of Wands to have a look at. It's to really look at the Cups energy, all right? The King of Wands is really powerful, right? But so I'm going to put this back. I don't know, I just don't often do that, but I'm going to put it back. The King of Wands is very powerful. However, he's terribly weakened by only having a Knight, and it's a sideways Knight. You know, it's not even, so to me when I see this as sideways, I actually think there's page element here. It's like, it's not even quite a Knight. Like a Knight would just come up and be like, I'm clearly looking at this and I'm heading in a direction. A Knight actually makes a decision, but this is a sideways Knight. So there's almost like, it's like the page who is trying to be a knight, but they're not even a full knight yet. Okay. So despite the fact that the King of Wands can be very powerful and very mature in one way, they're actually deeply immature in this regards. Well, look at that. Wow. Okay, that was, how direct is that? Okay, let's just turn this so you can see it properly. This came out for me yesterday. This is, I'm going to try and hold it so you can see it. This is our Chariot card. Now, this is kind of the different perspective tarot. So it's looking behind the scenes of all the regular tarot. So what you see here is you have your charioteer, which I'm going to suggest is like the Emperor, all right, or Spirit. It's even Spirit, where you've got two people who have been caught. They're bound. So these are like pharaohs, okay? Like pharaoh kind of, they're like kings and queens. But for whatever reason, they've been caught, and this person's looking resentfully behind at it's like the camera operator, and he's so resentful. Like there's so much resentment here. But look at this. They're both basically in their underwear, and they're being taken, paraded through the crowd to be mocked, to be, everything about them is laid bare. Both of them are topless. They're exposed is the word. They're being captured, caught, and exposed. So there's two people here who Spirit is now dragging through the crowd to be shown, to be, I don't know what's the word. There is a sense of humiliation in this, but there is a sense of justice. The crowd are cheering. They're like, you know, thank God this happened. So again, some event has occurred. It's current. It's creating a lot of despair. It's creating a lot of despair, depression, grief, causing somebody to look at why this happened. Why did this happen? There's very much, someone's been caught, someone's been caught. I'm saying someone, yet there's two people here. And the way, actually, it's funny because I was looking at this, but the way this was looking, it's almost, I almost feel like this person is almost like the charioteer. That's what it almost feels like that. And he's looking at them. But this is, yeah, oh, I don't know. So I think this is a very clear message for someone, and I think you will know. So, but yeah, someone's been caught. There's no denying it. They can't hide it. It's been laid bare, and this has caused action, something to be, it's that no longer hidden. Sorry, I won't keep going on about it because I guess I'm not getting details, but oh my God, it's big. I just kind of am wondering if it's a Tower moment. We haven't got the Tower card, but way, okay. I haven't turned this up. This kind of bounced out and I saw this in the upright, so I'm going to put this upright. Now, isn't this interesting? You've got the Two of Cups here, and you've got the Two of Cups over here. And Two of Cups is the soulmate energy. it's soulmate energy. So is there a love triangle or something that's here? I didn't mean to say triangle, but this king has caught some people, and it's caused him to wake up and look at this Two of Cups that's behind him here. What happened here has caused him to see something. Wait, have you seen the way these cards are going right now? There's a lot of energy. Wow. Oh God. Okay. So we've got our Five of Swords. Look at this destruction. This person is standing there. This is normally, this person's gone to war with truth, right? Normally in the normal tarot, and you see two people walking away. That is in the normal tarot, which you've got these two people walking away over here in shame. Two people walking away in shame from this person. Hurt this person, all right? Whatever these two people did, these two people have been, I'm hearing betrayal. And caught is what I'm, no spots, maybe it's caught. This has hurt this person deeply for a minute. And it caused them to take action. They've taken action and they've gone in to win at all costs and to destroy. This person has gone to battle. This person's going to battle, or they're in battle. And I'm looking at that person as someone who is actually victorious. They've taken no hostages. Like, there's no hostages. It's destroy. I will never, ever, ever. This is what I'm getting. I will never, ever, ever. And here we have our Hierophant in reverse. So, wow. This is a moral judgment call that is like, this was so immoral. It had such lacking in ethics. Wow. And it's, again, this is what's woken this person up. Lacking in ethics, lacking in morality. And I kind of think that this king didn't really consider much about ethics and morality until something truly did happen. We have an Empress and a Knave of Swords. But it has come in the deck, and I'll put this to the side over here because I'm not sure about that, but just as a reference, we'll keep it there because last time I put them back in the deck and I was like, I shouldn't have done that. It's something hidden. Again, this is... What do we got? Oh my God, we got our Ace of Cups and we got High Priestess hidden in the deck. hope this didn't happen for this person around Christmas, but it isn't Christmas time one of those people. There's times where energies actually are just crazy. So, awful. I just hear that over again. Immoral, unethical. Oh gosh, Spirit. The Nine of Pentacles, Queen. This is, I keep saying it's a Queen. This is the pre-Queen. It's actually almost pre-Empress. The Nine of Pentacles is that feminine energy who works. This person is actually a very wealthy feminine energy where they've worked really, really hard for a very abundant. This is one of the most, it's that pre-Queen. But actually a lot of tarot readers see the Nine of Pentacles as pre-Empress. Someone who has worked hard and then suddenly that Queen flips into the Empress and people are like, what? But she was in rags in the field. She was in rags in the field because she was working her guts out and she had goals in mind. And it's all coming out over there with the Empress. Wow. All right. Hidden away, hidden in the deck. Queen of Swords, I just saw. Hearing that whatever happened here was completely hidden. It was absolutely hidden from this person. It was completely secretive. And I think it must have been happening for a long time. Like I saw 2 to 3 years. Something like that. Something completely hidden. Feel like there's 2 messages. And I think there's something, okay. One of the things with twin flames is mirroring. If you're not familiar with twin flames and what they are, it's really, okay, this is something that's been coming through. This is a bit of a pause, a bit of a tangent, okay? A little bit of education about twin flames. If you resonate as a twin flame, as either a divine feminine or a divine masculine, okay, I'm getting, sorry, I'm getting a lot of things, and Spirit just to slow down, because sometimes I get so much stuff that comes through that it's like I start on one thing and it's like they're giving me another thing, and I can't get it all out at the same time. I'm just one vessel, Spirit. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so twin flames. Twin flames are a mirror image of each other. And I'm always getting that kind of, it's one coin, but they have 2 sides that look different, but it's 2 sides of the same coin. Astrologically, it looked like if you look at the astrological chart, it would be the polar opposite of your star sign, your kind of counterpart. And how twin flames look is often, your twin flame will often be almost polar opposite of you. They will it's like you kind of have been through the same things, but you've reacted in very different ways. And you've been raised to be completely different. So say one person loves wearing black. The other person loves to wear white. Okay, it's like that mirror image where you are exactly the same, but when it's that mirror where, look at the Queen of Pentacles on top here. Interesting. When you look in a mirror, someone waves with their left hand, which means that the other person's waving with their right hand, okay? But it's that mirroring effect. So one of the things with twin flames is the whole purpose of the twin flame is to actually be able to, this sounds, and I don't ever encourage using someone, but in a twin flame situation, it's about using your twin to learn about yourself. It is all about you. It is all about the individual first, okay? So how your twin is in some way represents you. So if you are like virtually, okay, let's think of, so one of the things that's coming up right now is sexuality, okay? If one person is a nun, the other person is going to be really promiscuous. Neither is actually healthy. To avoid sexuality is to avoid your authenticity. And to exploit your sexuality is also to avoid your authenticity. It's abusing your natural gifts no matter what, okay? It's still unhealthy. So it's that kind of thing. You tend to have the opposite dynamics. One of the things that I learned for me, and let me just get personal for a minute, was that I realized quite early on, as I was researching about twin flames and thinking about mirroring, and I'm like, what the heck how do I, whatever, you know, I realized that I was treating myself, my twin flame, sorry, was treating me the way I treat myself. And it was all about like kind of avoidance and withholding, pulling back. And one of the things that was really hard for me to do was to learn how to give to myself, learning how to, it was a very intense process, and it made me feel very vulnerable because I'm a giver. I'm someone who just would give to everybody else, extremely codependent. I didn't realize my codependence. I was dependent on making other people feel better, and people pleasing. I was the ultimate people pleaser. So I used to be able to make people feel great, and I didn't do it with intention to harm. I didn't do it with intention to think of to manipulate anyone, but I always did it with the expectation that that's what you're supposed to do, so people will love you and accept you, like, not because of the fact that you're doing it, but why wouldn't they? And it was really interesting that throughout my life I never experienced reciprocity. And it was a huge karmic cycle and karmic wheel that I've had to like repeating this cycle over and over again of giving and never receiving. And that escalated dramatically with my twin flame. And it caused me to heal a lot of things because it was so painful. Okay, it was so extremely painful. It really triggered those things to an extreme level. And as I've been purging out the beliefs that have been sitting behind that, it's actually caused me now I'm actually understanding what it is to receive and pulling back my energy and restoring it to myself. So anyway, I think that was a really big tangent. The point is that it's using your twin flame. So for me, I was looking at my masculine, realizing that he's treating me the way I treat myself. And one thing that's been coming up for me the last couple of days since the last reading was that it's the mirror image of that for the masculine. It is actually important for the masculine. It's not in the same way, but rather it's the mirror image of that. So that would be for him to look at how he treated his divine feminine. Because how he treats his divine feminine is how he's treating himself. Do you understand? I'm trying to say it so it's very clearly. The divine feminine is treated the divine masculine treats the feminine how the divine feminine treats herself. And the divine masculine treats the divine feminine also how he treats himself. I think that's right. I'm sorry, my brain, I'm actually going blank. And that means I think I just need to stop. I think you need to think about it for yourself. But there is this mirroring effect. And I was able to heal myself by looking at how I was being treated. And suddenly it like all these beliefs came up for me that I heard within myself that were related to always pushing. It was about selflessness. I didn't know how to be positively selfish, to return things back to myself. And that's been a really important thing for me. So one of the things that is really, really helpful is to learn about your divine partner, to learn about what it is, how, not only how you treated them, but to look at the mirror of that and to ask how you treat yourself. How you treat yourself, all right? It's really, really important. And to start questioning those internal beliefs. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm just ranting and raving at the moment. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's so awkward and it's coming in. I'm getting, it's just like, the energy's just getting really confused and I'm almost like wanting to take my breath, you know. Yeah, so look, I just need to clear this for a minute. We're going to look at some of these healing cards for a minute because I don't want to focus too much. I think that's a lot and that's going to be, again, quite confronting. Oh. Okay. We have home, we have soulmate, inner child, and we have patience. All right. This is longing, okay? This is like homesickness. And soulmates, well, we know that. We know what that is. And inner child. I'm always going to refer to the inner child. What woundings have you had from your childhood? I'm always going to refer to that. What woundings have you had from your childhood that has caused you to reject yourself, to reject what is good, to reject what is good for you, you know. It's going to require a lot of patience. Definitely going to require a lot of... Oi! The energy, guys. It's coming back. Here we go. Wild. And look at all the red. Look at all the red. This has come up before. The Red Sacral Chakra. This is, I think, a chakra that's actually really opening for this king. It's quite open, so that's a really good thing. And courage. And look at this. Having demons chase, like, you know, what I want you to understand about courage, guys, and this is something that many people don't understand about courage is that you don't ever stop having fear when it's courage. Courage is going ahead in spite of or despite of fear. You look at fear and you go, okay, yeah, I am scared, I am afraid, but we go forth anyway. This is going into the wilderness, you know, it's holding a light, and it's going into the storm kind of thing. It's going into the darkness, and this person's just so beautiful. That woman is so beautiful, so sexy, gorgeous, and actually it's like that untamed spirit, which is actually really resonates with the King of Wands, the King of Wands, and with Wands energy, it's that passion. It's passion, 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 and it's actually letting you guide you. You know, when we ignore our passions, again, it's part of rejecting part of the self. And it's really important to listen to how you feel and find what is emotionally fulfilling you in order to guide you home. All right, guides you home. And then here, beauty. Okay, so whatever that means for you, questioning what is your concept of beauty. Yeah, I feel like that could be, don't know what that is. Whoops, put this back, knocked over my little angel. Hold on. Certain feeling of not feeling protected in relation to beauty. Wonder what that is. I think that's just a little message. Okay, and then we've got some angel guidance here. Okay, here we are. Oh, we've got 3. I always read this in upright. Angel of Clairvoyance. Maybe you are getting intuitive messages. Okay, angel of healing. Maybe you're a healer. Angel of harmony. Yeah, so these are things where, I guess, angelically, I'm going to put these over here, you are going to be guided. If you actually do seek, I actually feel a lot of protection here. I feel a lot of protection and beautiful stuff. Like my hands almost feel warm. I just felt this incredible safety, beautiful safety. And I have absolutely no fear, just feel very calm all of a sudden. And I just really, beautiful safety. It's going to be okay, you know, it's going to be okay. It's going to be more than okay. You're going to be absolutely fine. Okay. I do feel called to just pull one more of these, and then we're going to close, because it's been a little bit rambly, and I do apologize. It was getting a little bit, okay, I'm going to say, I'm going to pull this card out. This card has continually come out for me over and over and over again. Now, this particular deck is all major arcana, but it's like the positive and the negative side. Now, this is strength. This is the strength card, that Lion Leo card. There's a sense of fury, which reminds me of this one, you know, and it's not only fury and rage, it's frustration. It's like, what I'm hearing is I'm so angry. There's no one else to be angry at but themselves. Like, no one else to blame but themselves. Yeah, look at this. We've got the Emperor, and this is kind of the negative Emperor again. So interesting, we have the Empress that was over here, and she's over way in the corner, hidden away. She's just over there doing her own thing, and this is really about Empress status. There's just that, I draw the line here, and then we've got the one card that is out of those two. These two cards keep coming out together for me repetitively. Always this particular Emperor, and always this Strength card, not the other ones, not the positive ones, not the gentle, you know, this is someone who is very much in control. These ones have a little bit more rage and like there's just this deep fury, like annoyance, like I'm so annoyed by this, but they can't be annoyed by anyone. It's really about what the only person they can be annoyed at is themselves. But this is actually causing, look at this, it's a phoenix. Over here we have a phoenix, and this is transformation. This is heading to the light. This is going in the right direction, and that is more important. It's okay to feel what you feel, you know, for whatever reason. But yeah. And look what just flew out over on the Empress over here. The Empress, the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, High Priestess, and I'm not really sure about this Knave of Swords energy. It doesn't feel like the Empress energy. I kind of feel like it's this person over here who kind of wants to come and communicate, but there's a little bit of hiddenness. Justice. Justice. For whatever happened over here, these immoral people, there was a justice about this for the Empress. All right. There was a justice for this Empress over here. It's very, very clear. Whatever happened over here that happened to this masculine energy over here, this immoral, unethical behavior by these people that have been caught by the masculine, there's a justice about this for the Empress. This is a humility, a humbling thing for the King over here to experience. This is about understanding, again, I'm being drawn back to power and true Emperor energy. I'd say this is not quite the true Emperor. The Emperor is a very deeply peaceful, calm person who doesn't get rocked easily. This person's still being enraged and rocked. So the Emperor and the Empress are very humble people. They understand power. And I'm going back to the beginning of what we said. It's understanding power because they accept justice. Both of them accept justice and go, yeah, well, maybe I did deserve that. And they learn the lesson from the mistakes that they've made. And they move forward with the lesson, and they never forget the lesson. Okay, they're okay to receive justice. They're okay to deal with it. And look what's come out. Again, the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Empress, whatever happened to the Empress over here, okay, she was off to the side. Going to hear discarded. I'm hearing the word discarded. But the Empress is now going to receive what she deserves. She is now receiving her justice and her rights. So whatever happened that was unjust has now, her justice has come in that way. And the Hierophant. Again, this is about, I guess, this is the positive Hierophant in this deck. There's one that's very like, ugh, I don't like his energy at all. It's almost like the immoral priest, you know, it's that evil priest kind of thing. This is the true priest. This is someone who understands, look, he's got a black candle, a white candle. This is understanding yin and yang energy. This is understanding, again, understanding justice. And it's causing this person to go into hermit energy. This is kind of the deeply depressed. Again, look how similar these kind of things, like cloaked energy. But this person has to look at the light. They're warming themselves with the light despite the fact that they're hidden away in a cave. And don't forget the hermit. It's a very powerful thing when it comes to understanding the tarot, is on the mountain. In fact, he's on the mountain. It's almost looking at pre-Emperor, where they're having to look back, just like this king over here. They're having to look back and really focus, doing that inner work. This is the Hermit energy, where it's creating transformation. It's creating enlightenment in truth, and someone who is actually suddenly like drawn to it, because the understanding that, you know, the naive person can often chase immorality. Yep. Double Hermit. It's coming out of depression and then having the courage. This is someone who's like, oh my God, and it's just disaster. Whatever's happened has hurt this person. And so it's that retreat and hide energy. But as they look at the light, right? As they look at the light, suddenly it heals them, okay? The process of going into that dark cave creates healing, and looking at all the truth causes healing. And suddenly they emerge out of the cave, transformed, appreciating balance, goodness, peace, happiness, enlightenment, wisdom, everything that is good. Suddenly this person is holding the lantern and the star, the hope. It's always a star. And they're looking at the stars. They've got stars above them. They're using moon energy, which is very much high priestess. This is intuition. This is someone who is now wise. Someone who is no longer lacking in fear, because they know what guides them. They no longer rely on people or false things. The fact that they have lost certain things, they look at it in a different perspective. They go from experiencing this grief to stepping out of the cave and boldly shining their own light without worrying about who can see them. And don't forget, when you're standing at top of a mountain with a light in the dark, who's going to see it? Every single person from down below can see this person and see the light that they're holding and wonder about it. But this person holds their own light, their own inner wisdom, their own truth. And it creates a deep confidence and power. The Emperor embodies Hermit energy. They're able to do inner work, look at things, and it is incredibly powerful. Very powerful. Yeah. What we said before. It creates tower energies. It causes this. Look at these two people thrown out of the tower. This is the dark tower energy, okay? This is catastrophic. A catastrophic event that has thrown two people out. It has caught them. It has caught two immoral people. Yeah, moon. This is great energy. This is the positive moon energy, okay? Look at this, the full moon, fullness of an event. And it's actually really positive. It's incredibly positive. Whatever this event has occurred is going to empower you, the masculine who's watching this, and I'm quite certain you're masculine. It doesn't mean you're a man, it just means you're masculine energy, okay? A greater masculine energy. Whatever catastrophe, look at this at the bottom. Oh my God, this is one of the most powerful readings I have ever done. When you understand clearly, this is who you become, and you use your own moon energy. Moon energy is feminine energy, okay? It is, oh my God, look at this. It's the Lovers. This has to be a love reading. Yeah. It creates the true masculine Emperor. when you follow the light of the moon, your inner high priestess, your inner cups energy, okay? Cups, emotional fulfillment is understanding what makes you happy, what makes you emotionally fulfilled. It's very much the feminine energy, your own feminine energy. What is it about your feminine energy that you weren't trusting, you weren't following? When you follow your own divine feminine energy, and everyone has divine feminine, divine masculine energy. This is not about another person. This is not about your twin flame. Your twin flame just represents you and how you treat yourself. Don't forget that. It is not about another person. It's not about your twin. It is about you. But you can use your relationship with your twin to understand how you treat yourself. Moon energy is feminine energy. It's trusting your instincts. It's being magnetized, all right? What do we know about the sea and the moon, okay? The ocean and the moon and water and the moon. It is feminine energy, and it follows, you know, the tides are pulled magnetically by the moon. It is all of that. This is such positive energy. This is powerful, powerful energy. And this is great. I feel so good about this. It's going to lead you towards love. And this is balance. This is that yin and yang energy. It's kind of that yin and yang, you know, and it's on the same side. You got yin and yang. It's truly about the balance. And it's creating that inner balance within yourself, first and foremost, before anything else. Okay, my loves, this is it. I'm definitely going to finish on that. I'm absolutely stoked. Like I'm stunned, and I'm really amazed, and I truly wish you well. This is like, I feel this intense peace. Yes, goodness, my loves. Take care until next time. Whatever you're doing it right. Okay? Good fortune can follow you from there. And this is a really big lesson. Whatever this is, it's forcing you to enter into positivity and good energy. So keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Keep doing it. Wonderful news. I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.